Nice fish.
Taking some drag out.
This is going to be a kingfish, probably about 8-10 pounds. Just know the way he fights. Usually a big kingfish, 25 pound and up, usually he'll make a long run, about spool that reel. He'll come charging straight in towards the boat, make one more run, and he's usually done. But these little 8-10 pound kingfish, it's great to get little kids on them. But Ryan's not a little kid, and you can see what he's doing to them, but they're very fun. They can get out here hot and heavy. This fish jumped about 10 feet out of the air before he took this bait. He come back, he smacked it on the surface. Now he's doing the famous kingfish roll. He's got him down deep and he comes and does a circle on the way up. This is the most critical part. This is when fish get lost at the boat. Just when you feel that fish do a hard surge, kind of lean to him. And, I'm going to loosen this drag just a little bit. I just twist it right. Keep that fish coming, keep that fish coming.
Nice. Nice fish, nice cast. That's what a kingfish looks like that's not eaten in half. Nice.
Get some pliers there right behind you.
Watch out. I got one.
Watch out, Seabass. I wouldn't get there.
All right, Cap, we made it to your grouper and snapper spot. What are we gonna be doing now?
Take the hook, you hook it right here. Then we send it down.
What pound weight you got there?
I'm using a 6-ounce weight.
6 ounce?
Seeing what it does right now, hopefully the current's not too bad. I'm locking down this drag.
You gotta lock her down.
Going all the way to the bottom of this.
Now, how deep are we fishing right here?
We're fishing about a 3-foot ledge, not a very big ledge. This is a small bottom away from some big stuff. And some big fish are holding on this smaller stuff right this time.
They were lighting up the screen, weren't they?
Yeah.
Pretty good one.
And it's just a small little rubble pile here. Looks like there's some fish down there. We'll see if we can put it to the test. Using a live cigar minnow, which is like a bait of choice. Hopefully we'll see what we do.
Now,
here.
you put it down to the bottom first?
Go down to the bottom. Once you hit bottom that first time, you want to reel up a couple cranks and then drop it back down to the bottom. See, this bait fish, when you first drop it, he's trying to swim up to the surface and your sinker's pulling him down. So reeling up 15, 20 cranks gets that bait back down close to the swivel and it gets it right on the bottom. Now, hopefully I'll get bit here and I'll show you an example of how we do this. See how the bait's just sitting nice and still on the bottom?
Yep.
I'm waiting for these fish to come by and slam it. And I'll do nothing until they really pull on the end of this rod. They're not a very spooky fish. Just you wait for them to pull down on the end of that pole there, and you just give it all you got. It's a little bit of weight there.
You got him. Look at that crank. Oh, get off.
Come on. Well, that's what you want to do when you're bottom fishing, though. You don't want to set the hook. You just want to reel. A lot of times when the fish just gets off like that, I drop right back to them. Hopefully they'll come back like this guy's already.
He just came back. Folks, that's almost the exact opposite. The way we fish back home is set the hook hard, but just reel. Oh, you got off.
We're not sitting as good as we like to. There's a little bit of different current than back there where we were catching the kingfish. Probably take a little bit, get us anchored back on it right. We're just seeing how it was down there.
Yeah,
Missed
got
one
some
fish
quick
already
bites.
though. Good news. Get ready to reel.
The trick is being patient enough to wait for the fish to actually take the bait. You get bumped, it's boom, 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 boom. That's snappers, they're killing the bait. Even if you put down dead bait, they think they got to hit it and they got to kill it. And the trick is to be patient enough to wait for him to actually swim away with your bait. And the second he starts peeling line off your spool, I fish free spool. The second he starts peeling line off, click it in gear and get him. Got him, girl. Now we got to get back.
Now we're getting bit.
Now we're good.
What you got, Cass? He's still there.
Keep him going, Cassie.
Watch yourself, Travis. See, this is what I do on the other end when I'm not supposed to be fishing. This is what I do. I take them off. This is another red snapper. We're on a school with some short ones here, but the rule of thumb is, where there's small ones, there's big ones. Get that bait back for second time usage. Now, if that hook's real deep, what we like to do is we just cut it right next to the eye of the hook, let that fish swim. It'll rust out in about 2 weeks, and you'll be good to go. Instead of ripping it out and losing them, now he's good to swim another day.
Get that. Get him, baby. Get him, son. Get him, son. I'll tell you what he's got on. He's got a nice gag grouper.
That's a big group.
This is a big fish.
Woo!
And you see
Tell
how
you
you
what,
gotta
that's,
get on him.
that first hard initial pull right there, feel everything I gave into this fish.
Now we fish with our drags hammered down, but now that he's got that fish up off the bottom a little bit.
Leader. Come on. Come on, Bill. Yeah.
Jack.
I'm getting big.
Bill's getting the gaff. And I tell you, folks, this is.
Go ahead. Talk to
Oh,
us.
go ahead. These guys know what they're doing out here. I can't wait to see this thing.
It's a nice grouper, I can tell you right now. And
God,
like
he's got
I say,
spunk.
we fish hardcore with our hammers. Our drags hammered down.
Watch out, there he is. Whole big red snapper,
No way.
I think.
No, it's great. It's gag. Don't mess
Big
with
grouper.
the gag.
Oh, look at the size of this thing. Look at that.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Woo-hoo!
There's
There
your
you
grouper.
go.
That is, now the guys, that's what we came for. Can you hold
Gag
him in the thing
grouper.
here?
Nice fish. Nice
Can
fish.
you hold him there?
Absolutely. Good job, Matt. Good job.
Matt, awesome.
You see that first hard pull right there?
You see
Gotta
my boy
really
Matt
give
getting
him
on that fish?
That's how you
Get on a fish.
How big is that fish?
Look,
I mean, this
barely
big.
hooked. Barely hooked. He's maybe a 20-pounder.
Here, Matt, I'll take that. You show the folks at home in Wisconsin, show them the Florida type of fishing you can find down here. Rogue Wave party boat, folks, out of Sebastian,
Nice
Florida.
Fish. Nice fish.
I'll take that for you.
Now, see, the trick is, you see how hard he was getting on the fish?
Yeah.
He's moaning and groaning. He's a pretty big boy, but he puts everything you got into the fish. You got to.
Well, look at the size of this tail. That's
Yeah.
business.
Here, take a peek
Yeah.
at this. Turn his head a little bit, Matt.
Which way?
I want to show him that. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it much, but there's some scratches right there. That's from the fish trying to get right back into the cave, right back into the ledge. We're fishing on some 10-foot ledges, and these fish, they'll come out underneath the ledge. It's like a cave, a crevasse that goes back up in there. They're going to come out, eat your bait, and their main job is to get back underneath that ledge. Your line rubs the rocks, and you're done. That's why we tell these guys, you got to get on them.
Crank and crank and crank.
Nice,
Yeah.
beautiful fish right there.
Matt did a good job getting that fish out.
A lot of them.
Oh, there he
There's a
is.
sea bass.
There's our sea bass we've been looking for. Not a hero, but good eating fish. Black sea bass. This one's a male. He's all dark and black. Got a little bit of blue around his head. Females, same body style, just they're brown in color. Good eating fish.
What you got, Ryan?
I don't know.
Hey, it's coming in.
Yep. Not very heavy.
It's a fish though.
Oh, yeah.
Mangrove.
Oh!
Sweet, we can go home now. Nice mangrove snapper there.
Nice. What else did you
What
guys
is
find?
that?
That's your bait.
What's that red thing?
That's his air bladder. See, when these fish, they're coming up to a different atmosphere. When you catch them 110 foot down, you're reeling them up fast, they got an air bladder in there, or otherwise known as swim bladder. And you reel them up real fast, it looks like a tongue, but that is actually a swim bladder. And when you catch them from real deep, that pops out and their eyes just bug. It looks kind of cruel, but hey, we're fishing. So, nice mangrove snapper. Another thing, if you're a fisherman out here, look at this stripe right here. that indicates that they're feeding. That means they're in a school, they're running around chasing bait. That means they're lit up. That is a feeding stripe is what we like to call it.